I don't even know where to start this because it's so insane. I don't even know the best way to explain this, so I'm gonna show you instead. This is a brand new Minecraft world that I just launched from a seed that one of you left in the comments of my last video in a since deleted comment. In fact, the person who left me this seed didn't tell me their name, their username was simply unknown, and their profile picture was blurred. And his theory is that Minecraft worlds are recycled. He said, go to these coordinates and you'll see proof of his conspiracy theory. Oh, this is creepy. I'll tell you right now for a fact, this is not naturally generated. I mean, I have never seen naturally generated structures that come out with these really creepy looking dungeons. Now, maybe this is just like one special seed in Minecraft, which I'm not even gonna share with you guys because it could have other weird curse stuff in it. I feel like this is some proof, maybe, that Mojang is recycling worlds. So even though this specific seed we were given is creepy, we're gonna generate a new one right now and see what we come up with. All right, guys, we just joined the world. We're gonna look for literally anything that could be placed right now on the surface that we didn't put here. So I wanna look around right now and be super careful about this. All right, personally, I don't see anything right now that's like out of the ordinary. Like everything to me looks pretty normal in here. So if you've ever seen something in your world though, I'd love to know in the comments because I feel like together it's the best way to solve a conspiracy like this. But before I move on to an even more disturbing conspiracy theory about Minecraft, I need to jump into one more world. I'm gonna type /seed, and that's the seed right here. And I'm gonna walk over here to these trees. I'm gonna place some items down myself and delete the world and see if these items show up in your world when you test this out with me. So right here, here's the exact coordinates on screen and the exact seed. Now I'm gonna delete the world right here. And we're gonna see if you guys can find these items on your world. If it's true, there's any diamond blocks anywhere. Maybe Minecraft is recycling them and they're not actually new randomly generated worlds. You see, on my conspiracy video, I asked you guys to tell me what conspiracies you believed in. And the ones that had the most upvotes were the ones that made it into this video. And the next one involves the Endermen in Minecraft. We've talked about Endermen before in these videos. We know that they're very human-like, but have you ever listened specifically to what the Endermen say? Oh, almost sounds like he's trying to say hello. Hey. The last one sounds like what's up. And the final one sounds like it says, look for the eye. Listen to this. Look for the eye. He's literally saying, hey, hello, what's up? Look for the eye. It is clear as day when you listen to this. That is exactly what the Enderman's saying. But when you start to dig a little deeper and ask some more questions about Endermen, you start to wonder, why do they get harmed by water? Why can they teleport? Why do they hate being stared at? Why do they see the world in inverted colors? Before I can share with you what the theory is, we have to go find some chorus fruit. Now, we've all used chorus fruit before. When you take a chorus fruit, it actually allows you to teleport, just like the Enderman, with the exact same noise. So the theory that the commenter left in the video is that these Endermen became addicted to eating chorus fruit inside of the end, and the chorus fruit managed to corrupt their bodies and turn them into cursed alien beings. Gained the ability to teleport, but lost the ability to do things like swim in water. Have you ever wondered why they see inverted? Could it be a side effect from all the chorus fruit they've been eating? That is why they don't like being stared at, because they're ashamed of what they've done. Everything lines up in this one, and I am confident to say Endermen are corrupted humans. They literally ate too much fruit and turned into a monster. Speaking of monster, let's take a trip to Minecraft's newest and scariest monster. You see, if you travel to the deepest depths in Minecraft, you'll discover a monster called the Warden. The theory is that the Warden used to live on the surface and be a regular creature, but something happened to cause him to get banished to the underworld where he has lived for the last couple of thousand years. But because it's so dark down here and there's so little light, he lost the ability to see and evolved the ability to feel vibrations. And that is how the Warden roams the halls down here. But the question is, why? What really stands out to me is that his heart is beating consistently, and it's beating outside of his body. This being the only mob that has a heart leads me to believe that it is possible that this mob maybe had too much influence on the surface and too much knowledge, and something even more powerful banished him down here. You see, according to this commenter, that's not actually a beating heart, but it's actually a collection of souls inside of the Warden's chest. Let's listen to the Warden sounds closer. Now, do you guys think the Warden itself is making these noises? Or do you think these noises are coming from the souls trapped inside of its chest? Brandon Pierce, who is a Minecraft developer, said the souls in his chest were extremely important, and he says that the Warden is inspired by the monster heard at the end of Music Disc 11. This is confirmed to be part of the lore for where the Warden came from. Here's the running. And there is the end. But the original Warden, which looked like this, was even more disturbing than the one that we see now today, which makes me wonder if this monster we see right here was the monster that banished the Warden, and maybe we're gonna see this in a future Minecraft update. Is it possible that Minecraft wasn't originally meant to be a block harvesting game? Is it possible that it was originally meant to be a true horror game? I mean, think about it. Last time we talked about how Netherrack used to be flesh themed. There's Herobrine, there's Nether, which is literally an evil region. There's so many creepy achievements in the game. Is it possible that Notch originally wanted Minecraft to be a horror game? When you look at all the items in here, the Warden, the deep dark items, the blood, all of this stuff starts to show that it's actually becoming that scary game maybe Mojang originally intended. I mean, come on, that's scary. This block is scary. The ghast is scary. When you start to think about all the things Minecraft has, it's actually got quite a few horror elements. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of this in the future, especially as shows like WandaVision, the movie, you know, Doctor Strange and Madness. That's a horror movie. A lot more horror is starting to become mainstream. I think you're gonna see that in Minecraft too. One of Minecraft's most disturbing secrets is hidden inside of this mountain. You see, if you've ever discovered a Minecraft igloo, you know that some of these igloos are a little less innocent than they appear because at the center, there's a giant secret trapdoor that leads to an underground laboratory. You're gonna find some things that maybe need to be questioned a little more than they have been. In fact, I don't hear anybody asking about why there are villagers and zombies being experimented on in this lab. Now, before I tell you about this theory, let's just observe what we have. The transformation chamber, the ingredients to make the transformation, potion making. Now, what's going on down here really? Why is this down here? We can assume two things. Number one, we can assume that this is run by a villager. The villager lives up here. He's running the experiment. So there is some sort of scientist villager confirmed. The theory is that Minecraft pillagers, because they look so similar to villagers, were actually created inside of these very labs. Is it possible that they were giving this villager the wrong medicine, turned him into this monster, but he was so strong, he managed to escape and break free? We've all seen the pillager outpost houses. Often there's iron golems trapped on the outside, or allays, innocent creatures for the most part. How would they have gotten the iron golems or the allays in the first place? Maybe the pillagers collected them as they were leaving. Maybe they took them and put them in a cage like they once were. Maybe they're getting revenge. I'm gonna say it's all but guaranteed. Pillager outposts are literally designed to protect them from the villagers. You see, the true evil people in Minecraft isn't the pillagers, but it's the ones that created them in the first place. The innocent villagers that constantly rip you off. Wither skeletons are dead players. Haven't you ever wondered what happens if you die in the Nether? This commenter's theory is that when you die in the Nether fortress, you become a wither skeleton. Now there's a couple problems with this theory, but first let's explain the good parts. They hold stone weapons. They literally have weapons that are impossible to get here. And as far as I know, there's no way to get to the surface. So maybe they picked up the stone from players. What about players that actually do get their items back? You die here, you come back, your items are still here, and there's no problem. But what about players who don't come back after they die? What if when you die in this world as a hardcore player, you become a wither skeleton to haunt other worlds, and the ones that you see here are just recent players that have died, which could explain why some of these seem so stupid and others seem so intelligent, because the farther along you are in the game, the more skill you have. This one runs in a straight line, very weakly hits, right? He could have got more hits in. But some other wither skeletons seem a little more intelligent, like this one. It's possible that when you die in hardcore in the Nether on a fortress, you will respawn as a wither skeleton. What exactly is bedrock protecting us from or sealing us from? Because you can get through bedrock in spectator mode, and you don't die the second you leave it. So what exactly is Minecraft floating on? Now, some people think, well, obviously it's the void, right? This gassy substance down here that you can see is going to kill you. That's not true, because the void is all the end is. And when you're in spectator mode, you can only get so far until you start taking damage from something unknown. Now, what it says is you fell out of the world. This is where things get extremely disturbing, and I'm gonna explain to you guys using some props. You see, this red block in the center represents Minecraft, and the Steve head represents you, the player. This glass represents the area where you die if you are to fall out of the world. But what if the void is actually a one-way glass? What if we're being observed by smarter people than us that literally watch you jump to the bottom and they kill you? because you almost expose who they are. Just change this Minecraft block with a blue Earth block, and suddenly it makes a lot of sense. What if you can't leave Earth because we're being observed by aliens, just like we're observing Minecraft players, and just like the Minecraft players are being observed by other Minecraft entities? What this means is each time you fall into the void and die, there's a kill switch that someone up there is pressing because they don't want to be exposed. Many of you don't know this, but my real world experience actually comes in handy for this next myth, because back before I was a YouTuber, I was an engineer and I worked with radiation. I worked with Geiger counters, or I did that stuff all the time. I know a lot about radiation, more than the average person. And that's why when someone commented that you can hear a Geiger counter in the Basalt biome, it really caught my interest. And so I had to test it for myself. And there it is. That is the sound of a Geiger counter, a radioactive detecting device. They use this to determine if an area is safe to be or if the radiation will kill you. If there's radiation here, something had to have caused that radiation to come out. What if the Nether had a mass eruption event? You see, the basalts could have been the center of this mass eruption event, and it would make sense. There's giant valleys through the basalt where the lava would have erupted from, and you can see that there's no life in the basalt biomes. It's all dead and destroyed. And of course, it would be less bad the farther out you go, which might explain why as you journey away from basalt biomes, you start to find warped forests and crimson forests. These weird mutated forest biomes are starting to regrow. If you look at the soul sand and realize that there are actual trapped souls inside the sand, it makes even more sense that the Nether used to actually be just like the overworld. Now, other theories say that maybe the basalt biome or the Nether in general and the Geiger counter isn't from a natural disaster event, but from a man-made bomb. A man-made natural disaster that caused this to look this way. Now, personally, I don't think that's likely, because I've never seen a bomb in Minecraft. Not that it couldn't happen. I think a mass volcano extinction event sounds more likely. Now guys, these conspiracy theories were extremely revealing into Minecraft's history, but I want to ask you again what your biggest conspiracy theory is. If we missed a Minecraft conspiracy, drop it in the comments below, or even better, go submit it to my subreddit r/LoverFella. We're gonna get to the bottom of Minecraft. We're gonna do it with your help. Peace.